Start this again.
All right.
Yes.
So 2025 introduction. Welcome to the Fuck Around and Find Out, a podcast for finding your way through owning your own business. I am Christine, and I am got the absolute pleasure of sitting with my co-podcasters, the lovely Ra Gardner and Emily Grover.
What's up?
Happy New
What's
Year,
up?
ladies.
I know.
Happy New Year.
Holy shit.
God, can you believe it? It's 2025.
It's been 25 years since the Olympics.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, because they were in 2000.
Oh, they certainly
Fuck.
were.
Yeah.
God, I think I'm young sometimes.
Yeah,
When
and then you
people say
remember the
shit like
Olympics.
that.
Yeah.
And you know, I've finally gotten to this point where I had to go. I was getting my eyes checked, and they're like, "What's your birthday?" And I was like, "Oh, 1990." And I used to be like, "Yeah, I'm young, 1990." And I'm looking at this dude, being like, "Everyone's born in fucking 2000 plus.
Yep.
I am not young anymore.
No.
I'm the old person, and I don't know when this
Wow.
happened." This
Says
is crazy.
Emily, who's the youngest in the room
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
when did this
I've got
happen?
leg hairs that are older than you.
If you've seen her legs, you'll know that's true.
Let
I
it be
was
known
shaving mine
I did
this morning.
use a clipper on my pits before Christmas.
I was shaving mine this morning, thinking
Oh, were
about
you?
you.
Love that
Being
you think
like,
of me when you're
shall
shaving.
I show and tell?
Yes, please.
Get
Yeah.
my leg out as well.
Yeah,
Whereas
no.
I just sit here and pat my furry legs.
I think I can plait mine.
Yeah.
So funny. I mean, whatever. As long as you're comfy.
I
that's all
can't
that
be fucked.
It's a lot of
Honestly.
effort.
Maybe that can be my New Year's resolution. Maybe shave once every now and again.
Every now and again.
Do the pit.
That's all
do
you
the-
need.
Yeah.
Every now and again.
Maybe for special occasions.
I think
Yeah.
I usually shave my legs before I go and have a pedicure, and
I do that too, or a massage.
But I
You should have
haven't.
seen the leather they got when I got a pedi before Christmas.
I did see your picture. Yeah. I was like, dear God, that poor woman having to massage that forest.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, you know, if a man goes and has a massage and a pedicure, he's not shaving all his hair off usually. So
I'm just mostly impressed that there's a man getting a pedicure.
Yeah. Friend of mine's husband, Tezza, hey Tezza, he goes and gets pedicures with his wife, Jo.
There's a lot of men who
Loves
should.
it.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I think it's
Yeah.
a good thing. They
Yes.
should do it.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
I don't
so-
think because I didn't have a pedicure in 2024, I don't think I shaved my legs
No.
in 2024.
Fair.
I didn't even shave my legs. I thought I was going to, ran
Yeah.
out of time. Did not even shave my legs for the opening night of Hamilton.
Oh, sacrilege.
I know.
If there was anything that would get you to shave your
I
legs,
know.
it would be that.
It would have been Hamilton. Which
It's
is
so fun being a
closing
woman.
at the end of the month, so be prepared.
Oh,
I need to
wow.
find a new obsession before February.
Okay,
I could
all
come up with a few for you.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
Although colouring in is already becoming quite the
Yeah.
addiction over the break. So anyway,
would you like
absolutely.
my new journaling templates?
yes.
We'll get into the
As long as
journaling.
there's pictures I can colour in.
There is.
Yep, great.
This is the best part.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
I finished
suck at
Elisa's
this.
colouring book that she gave us last year.
Yeah, I was
at the
thinking about that.
conference.
I'm going to crack some. When I got
Yep.
these nice markers, I'm like, I'm going to
Yeah.
fucking crack out some of my colouring.
Yep.
This is where I'm going to, you'll find me for the rest of this year.
Yes. So,
Excellent.
first episode of the year, we've already gone off on a tangent about
We
my legs.
have,
so,
certainly.
and I've already mentioned Hamilton.
You
so,
have, yeah.
And we are actually live recording not live.
Yes,
We're recording
face-to-face
this
recording.
in 2025. Today is the 2nd of January, everyone.
Yep.
Day after
Um,
Chris's birthday. Happy
whether-
birthday for yesterday.
Yes,
Thank you.
big happy
Thank you very
birthday.
much.
New
Yes,
Year's, New Year's Day, baby.
Brought cake in, so we
It was
already
great.
devoured
It was
the
wonderful.
cake. So that was really, really nice.
I'll do some ASMR.
With
Yeah,
that,
please
that
do.
behind with our recording that we are actually doing this in 2025.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Woohoo.
that's all right. Well,
Look
we
at us
needed
go.
we needed a break.
We did.
Everyone
God,
needed
we
a break.
did.
We did.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm sorry, it went very fast.
God, I did, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I woke up this morning and thought
Depressingly
it was Tuesday, and then Dan said, no, it's fucking Thursday. And I was like, oh.
I'm just
Yeah.
impressed you've remembered the days of the weeks because someone asked me and I was like, you know, speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I had no clue.
No one understands the days at this time
I
of
just
year.
No.
makes my brain go, huh?
Yep. Yep.
Can't
No.
even
I
process
saw
it. and-
Celia Pacquola on Instagram refer
Oh,
to
yeah.
this week as Gooch Week, the week between Christmas and New
Mm.
Year, because it's the gooch is the bit between the balls and the bum hole,
Oh,
aka the perineum.
right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah,
I've
that
never heard
sounds
to
right.
it referred to as that before.
No,
It's
no.
An interesting.
I
Yeah,
haven't either.
phrasing.
but I would like to find a more feminine version.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be stuck between the balls and the anus.
No.
No, not a
I
nice
have to do a
place to
count
be.
of how many times I say anus.
Yeah.
in today's
Add it to the
episode.
fuck count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your first look around.
Mm.
So yeah, So
Okay, well, that can be on our list of things to do when we've got nothing to do to find out
giving me a
new
face
word.
of please don't say anus one more time.
No, don't go.
I'll never forget the time I worked with someone whose surname was McManus, and I used to always say to him, "How does it feel to have the word anus in
love
your
it.
name?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm used to it. I've got it all the time at school."
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And you know what was
like
really funny? It was when I was working at the Catholics.
Oh, that's good. The Catholics.
Oh, my God.
They totally accepted me. It was glorious.
Oh, heavens.
But speaking of glorious,
Yes.
we're going to have glorious year.
We have.
You know what? We are. I'm trying to head into it in a really nice, positive fashion, and I think
Despite
we
sugar
will.
comas and
Well, sugar comas and, you know, deathly overtired because, you know, I've been burning the candle at both ends purely because, you know, Mr. Son and Heir, I'm practically an 18-year-old soon.
yeah.
Has
he does
been
pull
doing-
that card pretty hard.
He does. And he's
Still
been
got a month, bro.
He's been pulling the closing shifts at Macca's over the break, which is fantastic.
Right.
But, you know, my little chick's out and I do like to know he's come home to the nest. And so it's been a lot of early mornings and sometimes he cooks when he comes home.
Oh,
and,
Jesus,
you know,
child.
my bedroom's just off the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Such a
And
boy thing.
It is a
Such
boy
late night
thing.
people.
And, you know, and they can't get out of bed before midday, 2 o'clock. And it's like, yeah, but I'm awake from 6 in the morning, but I've been awake when you've come home at 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then he did New Year's Eve out for the first time with his mates.
Oh.
He was only local and it was only looking up at the fireworks from the churchyard and all of that, but it was still out with my car on New Year's Eve, double demerit period and all of that sort of stuff.
And just out generally, you always worry about your kids.
Well, exactly. And I was so desperate to go to bed, but I had to wait up till after midnight.
But it's good that he was driving. He didn't come home drunk.
He didn't. No, he's been really good about that actually.
I got a drunken text from 2 of my nieces. I was very excited that they were texting me. It was 1:30 in the morning.
Yep.
But they didn't say Happy New Year. They were like, "How do we watch Wicked?"
Oh God.
Because
You
I
pay
had
for a
told
movie
them,
ticket.
I gave them the wrong date for when it was available in Australia.
Oh, lols.
And I
Oh,
thought
dear.
it was
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, which is America, but Australia's getting it next week.
No. Cool.
Oh, cool. I can actually watch the ending of it this time.
Yeah,
Yes, you can.
Instead of going to a bathroom with a
Yes.
tiny human.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. So, yes, so we're off to a good start. We're looking positive. We're thinking of manifesting awesome things this
Yeah.
year,
Well,
aren't
this
we?
year we've got a hell of a lot
Oh my
lined up already.
God, haven't we just?
So
It's going to be a big year for us.
yes.
Yeah.
So tell me, in terms of JR/Juniper Road,
Yep.
what's on the dance card for you two? Because you had an epic sort of
Survive.
Yeah.
No joke.
Look, no,
End of
I
year
think
was pretty big for you
yeah,
guys.
the end
Yeah,
of
it was huge.
the end of year was really big and sort of smashed us in the face and
Couple of
everything,
times.
and a little bit in some circumstances a little bit more reactive than we safely should have been. So I think it's about a bit of proactivity and a bit more planning. So Em and I have got an awesome planning day happening tomorrow. Get us into the mindset. We're going back to the office, that kind of thing. But yeah, just trying to get a bit of a handle and work out, okay, you know what, bring on more business, but, you know, let's not bring on everything at the same time and be a bit more...
It's
not-
also like, it's not, I think the thing for us this year, the goal for us is going to be, we can't do the client work anymore.
Yeah.
We are at capacity.
Yeah.
What we've got is what we've got. There is
Yeah.
no more that can go on. So anything that comes through, or even some of the stuff we've got currently, might need to be shifted off into the team. And it's anyone that runs their own business knows the lovely balance of keeping it in the business versus outsourcing it to your team.
Yeah.
Because obviously you lose some profit in that.
Yep.
But I think one of the things that's rammed home for us is we can't keep doing it all ourselves.
Yep.
And we need to rely on the team, and we need to have the ability for us to actually be able to step back so we can go find more business.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's what we need to do. That's what we do. But
Mm.
this is also what we're good at, but we need time to do that.
Yeah, one of the things my coach has got me doing at the beginning of this year is looking at all of the services I've got
Yep.
and how much I charge for them.
Yes.
But then look at how much that would cost if I was to get someone else to do it to
Yep.
my standard.
Yep.
And the plan is to look at that and then work out what the numbers actually need to be. And I'm like, oh,
I know.
pants shitting, but
Yeah.
I need to do it because I
It-
can't do everything.
It's a hard one. It's that, you know, that balance of, you know, charging the right stuff to a client that they're able to you know, justifying their business model, but also one that will sustain you getting somebody to do the other piece of work for you, but complicated by, is it my standard? And that's always the
It's
tricky
really
thing.
tricky, and it's taken us a long time to kind of get to the point where we have a team that we trust for that quality.
Yep.
Yeah, because you've got a great team.
We do.
We're very happy with
very
that
Pat
lucky.
myself
team.
on the back because I'm one of them.
Well, that's right.
Exactly.
You are.
But you know, it's a tricky piece. And then I know that if I can speak for myself, I'm a mad control freak on certain things, and I'm
When I was an employee, I had issues.
and it's really
handing off work to people who are on my team.
Yeah, and it's also really tricky. Sometimes I float with that mindset of, well, if by the time it's taking me to teach you how to do this, I can just do it myself.
Yeah.
And it's also, I need to organize my brain to be able to teach someone how to do it.
Yeah.
And half the time, in order to organize my brain, I've kind of just done it anyway. So
Your ClickUp is going to be your new best friend because you can set up your procedures and
that's the plan. And
processes
we've got,
and-
you know, our lovely OBM on board to help
We sure
also
do.
whip
Yeah.
us into shape.
Yeah.
So relying on her to do that is going to be really key, and to keep the ball rolling from our perspective as well as everything's perspective.
And I'm going back to training this year. We were adding a new service to our business, but I need to do the training. And even though we purchased the course last year, just couldn't get to it.
We haven't had time.
And so there's been a lot of end of 24 was around about, well, what are we going to do with our time in 25? So we've actually put a lot of boundaries already into our group calendar. And so there's going to be 2 days where we won't do meetings with clients or anything because we're just going to be focused on, me doing some training, Emily on one of her major clients that she needs to commit to for 2 days and really like head down, bum up. Because until I can do that training,
We can't offer
the service. And it's money that we need to get the return on that investment. And then I can train other people to do it, to potentially go, well,
And then you
lovely,
can
I don't
scale
need
it.
to do it. You can do it in our team.
Yep.
But obviously I've got to do it
And
to
then you'll
begin
be able
with.
to manage the quality of it and
Absolutely.
the work and
Yeah.
all of
Exactly.
that. Yep.
Yeah, totally.
So it's you know, I think the big one for us, and I think we're probably wrapping up to the concept of what's our word for the year.
Yeah.
Conversation would be boundaries.
Yeah.
For Juniper Road.
Yep.
Really, really. I mean, look, I know that I'm shockingly bad at not at saying yes to everything. I'm a people pleaser. I'm a helper. I want to help people and I want to say yes to everything. And I have a good tendency to overload myself.
Yep.
And then when the slightest thing happens, like, you know, I have something go on with my children or, you know, my air conditioning died, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Something
There's always
happens.
something.
It freezes
Life
up.
happens.
Yep.
Yes, it fucks everything because then I can't handle it all.
Yep.
And so boundaries is a big one, I think, for me personally, as well as with Juniper Road, is to just make sure that we've got some clear boundaries in place. And especially because Chris and I have realised that this, you know, but this longed for Christmas holiday isn't really a holiday.
No. And it's funny, I didn't really have any false pretenses over this break because I knew that going into a break over Christmas it just meant I wasn't doing any client work or any work. But, you know, for me personally, Christmas is a marathon of family events and we've got birthdays over the Christmas break. And, you know, I did 6 family Christmas events in 7 days.
It's a lot of socialisation.
It's a hell of a
Even
lot.
for an extrovert.
Yeah, and so, you know, get exhausted. So I just can't pull myself off the couch, which is totally detriment to my back and whatnot. But yeah, so boundary is huge. Plus, we really want to look at how we can do breaks better, you know, that whole balance and boundary relationship. But it's like, okay, well, if Christmas isn't the 2 weeks off that you desperately really need, what are we going to do 6 monthly? Or what are we going to do about I'm taking a long weekend or I'm going to have a Friday off every whenever?
Yep.
And that's the stuff that's important part of our business planning for 2025. What about you, Ra?
Actually, no, before I start talking. Oh, no, you spoke about the word, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
So
boundaries,
boundaries.
yeah.
Boundaries.
Yeah. Yes. So what's your...
I need boundaries as well,
Yeah.
however.
I mean, we all need them really, but,
Yeah.
you know, what's more important word-wise?
Well,
And
so
what-
my
and why?
word
Yes.
is sore, and not like the horror movie, and not like what I did to my ankle last year when I broke it while walking in a pothole.
Yes.
Sore like a bird, eagle.
Lovely.
Pick some sort of flying animal.
Airplane.
Yes. Oh my God.
Bro, did you not connect
Hey,
those
I
dots?
hadn't even thought of that.
As soon as you said it, I was like, of course, you're a plane person. That's exactly right.
You know why I went to bed late? I went to bed late last night because I was watching the stream of planes landing in heavy weather at Heathrow Airport, right where I did it, on the side of a paddock.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, that's a good point. Soar, not the technical term that they use in aviation, but I will take it. So yeah, so that's my word for the year, and the reason I picked it is that 2024 was all about getting in the weeds and doing the hard yards, and some of it was very difficult.
Yep.
But towards the very end, so just over a year ago, diagnosed ADHD. Towards the end of 2024, after a year, finally got into a psychiatrist who gave me the drugs and agreed that they were going to be helpful, and been an absolute game changer. So it's just given me a whole new perspective of what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
And what I can actually do now, because my brain could only handle so many, like the whole spoons thing of like, you've only got so many spoons in a day.
Yep.
I only had so many spoons.
Yeah.
I have more spoons now. I have like a bigger drawer.
That's good.
And they're organised. So the sore part for me is the, taking everything that I've done for the last 2.5 years of business, because I turned 3 on the 1st of April. Like you two, turning 2 on the 1st of April.
Yes.
And
Oh, God, we are too, aren't we?
I know.
Feels longer.
We'll be toddlers soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas I'm like,
Oh my God, you're terrible.
I'm at the end of my terrible
thing.
twos. Yeah. But it's all about sort of taking what I've learnt in the first 2 and a bit years and relaying some of those foundations that were a bit wonky, and then just running with it.
Perfect.
And yeah, so I've got, big plans for the services that I want to launch that didn't quite kick off last year the way that I planned, but really knuckle down with my coaching and like actually do the hard work. Like I feel like I've got the strength now to get into the weeds and work out what I need to do.
Yep.
And I've started talking to people about having them on as collaborators, contractors, that kind of thing. Yeah, so taking, stock of, the wins from last year, which I did with a workbook over the break, and went through and went, oh, shit, I actually did some stuff. Things I thought were 18 months ago were only like 6 months ago. So taking that, and just running with it, but having a better idea of how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's a bit of a pants shitting kind of vibe, but we'll see how it goes.
Nice.
So
nice.
so sore, but not
Sore.
but
Like
not
that.
painful.
No.
We're not soaring limbs off.
No,
We're just flying high.
yeah.
I
I was
love that.
I was like thinking wind beneath my wings when I first thought of it.
Yep.
It's a bit
Yeah.
of Bette Midler moment,
Yep.
but
Yep.
it's it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a big year, I think, for all of us.
well,
God,
Because we have a lot of stuff coming
Well,
up. with
so
our
now we can
collective.
pivot
Oh my God, let's
into
pivot.
talking about. Now, we hinted at this towards the end of last year, but we are now the Women in Business Collective Proprietary Limited.
Oh my God.
We are
I
fancy
tell you
big
what,
girls.
I,
Golf
I
claps for us being
still
in business
get
now.
goosebumps when you say that, like because it was just such an exciting thing to happen. It was such to find our name.
Yep.
That was like gold.
Yeah.
I know.
And the fact that there was a name that had lapsed
I know.
for the exact amount of time it needed to lapse
meant to
before we
be.
could register the name.
Literally meant to be.
Yeah, no,
And
absolutely.
it just fits so perfectly
Yeah.
to what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a word we did not find in our thesaurus
Yeah.
that we were happy with.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep.
gonna
So
be
we
like
are the Women in Business Collective.
Proprietary Limited.
PTY Ltd.
With 3
Love it.
directors.
With 3
Yes.
directors.
Right.
And as most people who've been following us long know, that this lovely podcast now is nestled under that,
Yes.
um,
Under the bosom
under the
of
bosom
the collective.
of our collective.
Or the hairy armpit
which
in
is
my
one,
case.
I love it, the hairy armpit. We'll go with that.
I like that one.
It's one of the multifaceted areas that the collective will be touching on. We've also got our community,
We certainly
which is
do.
online, and we've got our Women in Business conference arm, which obviously we've got a lot of that going on with our first conference last year, 2024.
Still in shock that we
which
did
I
that.
can't. Yeah, I know. We pulled that shit together in
Yeah.
like 21 days.
Yeah, it was
Or
great.
something like that. It was ridiculous, and we did so well. I'm so proud of us. And that it's last year now. It's going to take a minute to
I know.
Like,
work
shit.
that, rephrasing that
Yep.
that
I know.
one around.
Mm.
But we've got so much lined up for this year. We've gone hard or gone home kind of
Yeah.
deal for this year. So let's hope it all works.
Yeah. No pressure. No pressure. It's going to be
It'll
fine.
work. It'll
Yeah.
be fine.
And so, yeah, the first thing we've got coming up at the end of the month, it's in like 2 weeks from the time of recording,
I know.
Yeah.
is our 2025 planning day that's being held in Sydney.
It is. It's
Yeah.
in Norwest in the Juniper Road office space,
Yes.
which, we're going to have it there. And it's a day where you can come and work on your business. I think it's really important sometimes to have a set aside day to sit down and actually power through your goals for your business. Chris and I have done it last year. We're doing it obviously tomorrow.
Yes.
It really helps us. And I do believe truly that if we wouldn't have achieved as much as we did this year if we hadn't done it at the beginning of last year.
Totes agree.
Sorry, last year. If we hadn't
Yep.
all of it last year.
It's been 2 days. We're
Yeah.
still getting used to it.
Still used to it.
I'm still typing 2024.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But I think that really helped us kind of, I mean, Chris and I seem to be relatively on the same page naturally anyway, which is a benefit of, and also half the reason we're business partners in the first place.
Well,
but
exactly.
it was nice to kind of sit down, work on it in this instance almost separately, and then kind of put it together and go, well, fuck, we've just written the exact same thing. It helps to kind of align where your head's
it really
at.
does. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
And even if you don't feel like you're actively working towards it, it's always in the back of your mind and your subconscious, and that's when magic happens. So I think it's really good to do that and to help get some clarity. It's also great because if anyone does choose to come, Chris, Ra and I will all be there.
Yeah.
So we use it as an excellent sounding board opportunity.
Yep.
Bounce ideas. We're really big collaborators. Anyone who's spent any time with us know that it's blue sky dreams and all that kind of stuff.
Every
So
client call I have always
Yeah.
ends up with me going, so have you thought about this?
yes,
Yeah.
Let's
you and
tweak
I,
this.
we do it to each other
Yeah.
all the fucking time.
Absolutely.
And it's so, I love it because it's so exciting because you're like, oh, the ideas.
Oh my God,
Yes,
yeah. And you
they
don't
have
have
to
to
be
have
nice.
the 23,000 steps below to, work out what that is. But if you've got some nice big ideas, then you can, chunk it down a little bit later or discuss it with people if you've got that kind of tribe.
It's just getting
but
your
the
brain into that
planning.
different
Oh,
space
God,
to think
yeah.
about what's possible.
Yeah.
And even if you don't take any, some, all, whatever, like it's that next step that
Yeah,
gets your brain
absolutely.
thinking
Yeah.
outside the
And
existing
I think
circle.
it's also too, having that mindset shift because a lot of us get to the point where it's like, you can't retrospectively plan.
No.
So you need to sit down and do it beforehand. And I find myself so almost antsy at this time of year because I'm like, I need to have a plan in place. I can't like go past this date without a plan in place. Otherwise, I can't function in my brain.
No.
And I think it does help give you some direction and some clarity. So
Yeah.
we've got that coming up 17th of January, Norwest in New South Wales.
Link in show notes.
There is Lincoln. Yep, you can put your tickets in, buy your ticket, register through Eventbrite. We're also on there too.
Yep.
It's on a
Limited
website.
to 12 places.
Yep.
So we're keeping it deliberately small.
Yeah.
Yes, small
So
and a
that we
bit more
can-
niche.
Yeah, get our shit done, but also be collaborative.
Yeah,
'Cause even with
absolutely.
people who we know who are coming, the ones who we know really well, we know that they'll be in that mindset as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be sort of a group think tank if that's what people are needing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next off the bat, we are working on some webinars.
And
Ooh,
that would be
excuse me.
So
bless
exciting, it's
you.
making
I
you
know,
sneeze.
making me sneeze.
Yes.
We're working on some webinars and we are working on some masterclasses. So your TBA with that stuff, it will come. But the biggest, one of the biggest, is not the biggest, it's one of, because we've got a lot going on. The first big conference we've got for next year is in May.
Yes. Yes, we
23rd of May, 2025. Melbourne. Early bird tickets are available currently. Get in. It's going to be so exciting. We have already started to put together a wonderful lineup of speakers who we will start to announce now that the new year has clicked over and get some of that more information out. But yes, 23rd of May, the Cluster in Melbourne, CBD.
It is the prettiest venue, you guys. Oh my God.
Oh, it's lovely,
I
and
know.
it's a day about connecting, collaborating, learning. With the learning being the emphasis, we've got some really wonderful topics lined up to really help people get a bit of a mindset shift and just that information and get your brain kind of chugging along with your business as well. It's open to anyone in business.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyone. There's no industry specifics with us. We just want to help educate and connect and inspire people.
Yep. Well
So-
said, Em. Well said.
Yeah, so that's coming up. in Melbourne. That'll be great. We're also going to be in Melbourne for a little while as well.
Yeah.
So we'll try and hit up some communities
Yes.
and get some podcast recording done live on the spot, which will be fun.
It's gonna be so
And
good.
for us, it's a bit of a road trip. So
is,
we're
yeah.
coming home via Canberra, which we're looking forward to connecting with some people in
I had the best time
Canberra.
in Canberra at the end of last year.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting as well.
Yeah, so stay tuned because we will be round and we really definitely want to catch up and, you know, help build and expand our community. Will be a really fun little thing. We've also got our second conference of the year, which is going to be, info is going to be coming out about that soon. Anyone who has spoken to us will know just a little bit already, but it is the September?
Yes, it
11th,
certainly is. The 11th of September.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I might check this before I say this out loud.
Yes, no.
12th.
Oh, there
Friday
you
the
go.
12th.
Friday
Oh, it was
the
the 12th.
12th.
Okay.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yep, got it right.
Yes.
Friday the 12th of
Yep.
September, Central Coast.
Ooh, yes,
Uh,
up at
Crown
Terrigal.
Plaza.
Sands of
Terrigal.
Terrigal.
Crown Plaza Terrigal. We are going to be there for
Central
our
Coast represent.
our second conference of the year. Very similar to Melbourne, but we'll have a different lineup of speakers. We'll have some
Yep.
different topics. We're also going to lean heavily into some masterclasses on site
Absolutely.
that week as well.
We are, and you know, it's a nice destination, so people attending can also, you know, have a mind break and enjoy the very resorty feel
Oh, it's so
of
nice
the
up there.
beach and the water, and it's a very different feel to Melbourne.
Yeah, it's a totally different vibe, which is really nice. And
I think so.
where you know, Central Coast allows us to capture Sydney and
Mm.
Newcastle as well, which is always really fun.
Yep.
And we will be staying there for the week probably as well.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, Terrigal's got places to eat, places to drink, places to just sit and relax and look at water.
Mm.
Yep.
Which really, what else do you want?
Yep.
Really, it's just the
It's gonna
best
be
part
so
of it all.
refreshing. Yeah.
It is quite nice. It's a really nice hotel, that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're the main two events we've got locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Mm. And
Pretty
also, we haven't
exciting.
booked a venue yet, but in March,
Oh, yeah, that's a
we've
big
got
one.
an International Women's Day launch.
Yep. Yes.
We are in the middle of looking through venues, and hopefully
Yep.
we'll have that finalised.
Very soon.
Optimistically, I'm going to say the end of the month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
Mhm.
But yeah, so please keep that date free. It's
That's
Friday the 7th.
Yeah.
Because the actual day is on the Saturday.
Yep.
The 8th is International Women's Day. So Friday the 7th, lunch. Block that out in your
I'm
calendars.
very excited because I've never done an International Women's Day thing.
It's like, you know, really, I just think it's really important to celebrate women.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
hugely.
given that's what we
And that's
are.
what we do, right?
Yeah, and especially with women who have their own businesses or run them on their own.
Yep.
They don't do it.
No.
Like it's not like a team thing
No.
where all the
No.
ladies
Well,
organise
that's,
it
you know,
themselves.
and that's exactly the point, right? We want to bring everyone together that might not have been able to do something beforehand. We also do know it's not the easiest to be able to take some time off some paid work, so we're going to be mindful of that as well, but try and keep it to a Friday where it might be a tad easier
Yep.
to get away. We probably won't do too much in terms of formalities at this point, but the day is about celebrating women, which
Yep.
is celebrating each other,
Yep.
and really kind of just bringing everyone together to
Yeah.
have a glass of wine and be like,
Yeah.
we fucking rule the world.
Yeah, that's right.
Who run the
Seriously
world?
important.
Girls.
Who run the world?
Because we do.
If you want to feel girl power, watch the Beyonce halftime show that was done on Christmas Day
Oh, yep.
in Texas. It's
Yes.
on Netflix, I
Yeah,
think. I'll
yes.
confirm and edit my...
I think I've
Mistake out
seen
if
a
it's wrong.
tile of her in some silver spangled thing
Yeah,
on Netflix.
white, silver,
Yes.
yeah, cowboy Carter mode. It is
Yeah.
incredible.
Okay.
Yep, and her daughter performs with her.
wow.
And yep. So if
So
you want some
look,
girl power,
I just
go
really
for it.
don't know how I feel about Beyonce with the whole like Diddy thing.
Well, there's that, and it's convenient that people will look aside when it's Beyonce.
Okay.
but she just seems to be the culprit from everything I've seen.
Really?
Oh God, yeah.
I
she's,
thought it was-
she's very complicit. Very complicit.
I thought it was the husband.
Oh, I think it's to do with him, but she's got the powerhouse off it. And I could delve deep into, you know, fuck around and find out conspiracy theory series
Okay.
of things. But there was a whole thing around everyone having to thank her at awards nights and like this whole
Oh
big
yeah,
thing,
I've
like-
seen all that stuff.
And if
yeah.
you don't, then you fucked. Like you'll be
Yeah.
fucked. You'll be written out of the industry kind
Yeah.
of thing. So it's the whole
I mean,
thing.
I'm sure that would happen anyway. Like,
Oh,
and
it's
because everyone
such a
feels
long way
guilty
from
that
Destiny's
Beyonce
Child,
doesn't
isn't it?
win. Like, there are so many awards that Beyonce should have won, but she didn't. And there's the theories as to why. And so then there's the
But there's also, you know, you look at that too. I think there's everywhere. Leonardo DiCaprio having never won an Oscar for as long as he did.
Yeah.
You know, there was Wolf of Wall Street. It was fucking gold in
Yeah.
that movie and got robbed.
Yep.
But, you know, conspiracy theories.
Oh,
But she is a very empowered woman, and I do appreciate that. We could also then go down the whole Blake Lively thing right now. There's a lot of options to talk
But
about.
Oh my
like,
God,
seriously.
the Blake Lively thing has been
Blown up. Blown up.
terrifying.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel so much better in the sense of she's still the person that I thought she was.
Yep.
I can't put her back in my mind to what she was.
Oh,
But,
really?
Yeah, it's gone. All I see her as is a mean girl now. Even though I can see that
Yeah, right.
I can see that she's like had all this stuff happen to her and is very much in the like not the right or the wrong. She's the victim in this instance.
Yep.
But the mean girl persona that she has, and even those interviews that she, aside from the fact that he obviously smeared her, she did make comments in interviews that were really bitchy and mean girl. Aside from that, like there was an interview she had with a reporter, and the reporter made a comment because it must have been not long after she just had a child or something, made a comment.
Yep.
And Blake made some offhanded comment back to her about looking like she was pregnant and not knowing, but this reporter had had a miscarriage.
Yeah, right.
And just very careless commentary, and it was in that real snarky mean girl Serena van der Woodsen kind of
Yeah, right.
way that kind of made me be like, I do like you, but I don't actually think you'd be the
right.
nicest person. And it's kind of made me look at Ryan Reynolds too and go, yeah.
Oh, he's got very good PR behind him.
He does, but I also think he'd actually be a massive dickhead. Like he's funny and
I've loved
vivacious.
him so much since Two Guys, a Girl, and a
Me
Pizza
too,
Place.
and he's great. But I actually think he's that much he almost feels a bit over the top.
Yeah.
That I actually think you'd be a massive piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like now.
But you know what? Everyone has their time,
Oh, we
right?
do,
So
yeah.
all
Oh,
of
yeah.
these power couples
Yeah.
and people of now will just fade into, because somebody else is going to come along and we all age. They'll age and
Yep.
they'll just lose their gloss and
Yep.
and
Like
and
Lizzo's
appeal.
lost the gloss for me. It's
Yeah.
so heartbreaking.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
a
I thought
shame.
she was going to come back.
Who?
Lizzo.
I know.
But then she did an interview over Christmas, end of
Oh, she's
December, I
made
think
it
it was.
worse.
And she's doubling down.
Oh dear.
Oh god, it's never a good.
Not
idea.
good. Not
Yep.
good.
Oh, fuck, just own up that you fucked up. Just do it.
I know. Take responsibility. People
Yep.
appreciate that.
Yep.
That's all
But
anyone
yeah,
needs.
it's just it's the whole conspiracies behind those guys.
Yes.
However, we do
Anyway.
love powerful women.
Yes,
we
we
do.
around the
absolutely
And
world.
we will
do.
celebrate the powerful women
Yeah.
on
So-
the
7th of March. Yeah.
So we've got some good stuff going. And then obviously we also want to, we'll be putting a lot of effort into the community, and there will be a smattering of, whether it's going to be a co-working day or,
Yeah.
hey, meet me for coffee. I'm in your
Yep.
neighbourhood. Kind of like, a bit set
Yeah.
up. But, we'll hope we'll get out and about
And we
this
are
year.
actually travelling a little bit this year.
We are.
So we'll obviously be in Melbourne.
Yep.
I think we are going to, I'm saying this tentatively looking at
well,
these two.
the
Like
plan.
we had plans,
Yes.
not locked
Yes.
into stone, but we have plans
Yep.
to possibly try and hit Melbourne up before we go down for our conference.
Yes. Yep.
And then possibly hit up Tasmania.
Yes,
a bit
that's
later on
correct.
in the year. Possibly doing a trip out to Bathurst.
Yes, yeah, out to Bathurst. Last trip was really good, so
yeah.
I want to head out there again.
Probably might go and see some friends up in Newcastle at some point.
Yes.
Just because we can.
Yeah,
And we had a great time in Newcastle
We do.
last year.
We love our Newcastle girls.
Did.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Newcastle peeps are great.
so out and about, and then obviously doing the stuff to make this all happen in the background.
Got to make the money.
Yep, yep.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, got to sell my kidney for the 74th time or something. I've run out of the ones in the family. I've sold them many times.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yep. IOUs are great in that situation.
Again, if I was skinny, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody is open for
I know, I know.
OnlyFans.
Oh, I know.
Ah.
Oh my God,
I would
yeah.
just want to be skinny
We
for
would-
me.
yeah.
Not for anyone else.
We were talking at my lunch yesterday. A girlfriend of mine was like, we were talking about OnlyFans stuff, and it's like she said, "Look at my foot." I said, "Yes, Dale, you got a gorgeous foot. You could take a photo and make lots of money for the foot fetish people out
Yep.
there, And as we
Yeah, I
know,
wonder.
I haven't had a pedicure for a while, so it's not going to be my foot right now.
I wonder if there's a market for
Hairy legs.
Hairy
Oh,
legs.
they totally would be.
Yeah.
People are
And-
crazy like that.
Yeah, and cracked
Totally would
heels.
be. Blah,
My
blah,
poor
blah.
husband. Like,
He knew what he married. It's fine.
I know. Like, I know he's got my face and my personality, but
Oh, don't worry. The amount of times
Yeah.
I've looked at my husband and have just been like, well, you're stuck now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know where the door is. Like, it's either your
Mine
choice.
is secret.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm just going to keep pushing this boundary to see how long it lasts.
Yeah. Let's see.
He just
how
looks
that-
at me like,
Let's
fuck.
test those vowels, shall
Yeah,
we?
absolutely.
I've tested them real good.
So what's our word? What's the
What's
Women
the
in
word for
Business
collective?
Collective's word for 2025? Who's going to say
What's
it?
the word? The word.
3, 2, 1.
Roar.
Hey, we did it. Well done. We didn't even plan that.
I know. Roar. Watch us roar, motherfuckers.
So it rhymes with my word of the year,
It
but
does.
I'm going to soar and roar and have boundaries.
yeah.
I'm going to be sore with roar
Oh,
Oh, stop
so-
it.
and then put in boundaries. Yeah, that was gross. Sorry.
that escalated in a way I was not expecting.
Yeah, we'll be cutting that one out.
Yeah.
It's my brain.
But yeah, the word I think fits perfectly with what's
does,
in
yeah.
store for the collective.
Yep.
Well, we were setting up some foundations last year and now we're going to flex.
Yeah.
Let's
well,
flex this
considering
shit.
Yep.
even like, well, this time last year,
We didn't even, this wasn't even a glimmer in our eye.
No.
We came up with this in July.
No, we launched on 1st of July.
Okay, June.
I think, was it in April we went to see Anne Juliet? Because that was
No,
when it
that
all
was
really
after my
started.
birthday.
No.
Was that after your birthday? So it was at the end of May.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
June.
It was June.
It was June.
Holy shit.
It was June.
We literally came out
I
with this
thought
in
that
June.
was a I thought we took forever to launch the
No,
podcast.
No, we
babe.
didn't. We
No.
recorded. We no,
We'd been
actually
recording
no.
for
We
a
must
bit.
have. We recorded.
Oh, maybe it was the collective bit.
the conference.
Yes.
We came up with
yeah,
a conference in June, but the podcast, because we actually recorded the week of my birthday, and that was our first recording with the lovely Mary Growth from Growth Collective. That
Yeah,
was
right.
that was the week. That was the same week as my birthday. So we obviously started recording in end of May.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
Fucking A.
I know.
I know this wasn't even a glimmer in our minds at that point.
Wow. Yeah, right.
I know.
It's amazing what you
Things
can achieve
happen.
in a year, and I think that's one of the things I
Yeah.
kept trying to circle myself back mentally to at the end of last year, especially with how burnt out we felt.
Yeah.
Was we were exhausted and we were done, but fuck, we created from the beginning of the year where this, like we just said, wasn't even a thing.
Yep.
Created a full podcast.
Yep.
Recorded 28 episodes that are now live.
Yep.
On
And we pre-recorded another 2, 3,
4 or 5, 4, 3,
3. Yeah.
3 already. And, you know, we started the collective, we started a community, we threw a conference and managed to make it work with absolutely no issues,
Yep.
nothing substantial.
Yep.
We got fabulous feedback
We
from that
did.
We weren't
conference.
cancelled.
Yep.
Yep.
And had a solid attendee group.
Yep.
We've got this lovely little budding community growing. The responses to everything we've been doing has been so well received, which has
Yeah.
just been a bit scary and a bit
Mm.
mind blowing that we've, you know, decided to go all in on this. And here we
Yeah,
are.
and the people who have been really positive, they're not saying it just because. Like, you
No.
know how
Like
you
it's-
just tell
no,
people who
yeah,
are just like, oh,
yeah.
that's so great for you. Like, as if they're talking to you on LinkedIn. But
Yeah.
these are like genuine,
I love
there's
that
no
for
one else
you.
around. Yeah,
It's
like,
the best phrase ever.
yeah.
Thank you, Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
But it's really legitimate, and it's people that. But you know what else? Even this podcast, I love the fact that we've reached people in ways that it's a bit boggling. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we recorded, but my little daughter's been a bloody PR agent for us.
Yeah, you mentioned at the end of the.
Yeah, because of how excited she's
Yeah.
been about talking about it. And
Yep.
even my husband's been
So
like,
cute.
how would that person have heard about your podcast?
Yep.
I'm like, I don't know. Because it's come back through his like
Yep.
networks from,
Yep.
and he's like,
Yep.
that's so random. I'm like, I know. It's like you just don't know how people find you. And
Nope.
also the response we've had from the podcast has really spurred on the rest of it, because
Has.
there's obviously been a gap that people have
Yeah.
been wanting, and I think we're probably chaotic enough that most people think we're either hilarious or just a train wreck or both. And it works.
We'll take
Yeah, well, you know what? I think
We're
we're
both.
We don't
entertaining, and people can learn thing and be entertained
We're big
at
on
the same time.
people on, you know, do you,
Yep.
we do you,
Yep.
you do you.
Yeah, as
That's
Robbie
who we
Williams
are.
said on the New Year's Eve TV show that I live streamed on TikTok
He
when I was in
has
bed on New
had
Year's
some
Eve.
serious work.
Oh, he has, but I still would 100%. I'm now typing Robbie Williams instead of what I'm meant to be googling.
I would be worried that I'd walk away with an STD.
Oh no, he's got a wife now, so he's not going to bang.
Oh, really?
He's not.
Wife
he
and
doesn't bang
figures.
Wife
everybody
and 4
now.
kids.
He's
No,
got
he's
4
a very
kids.
settled man
Oh,
now.
alright.
Yeah, he's
Surprised-
really
to be honest, I'm surprised he's got only 4.
He's become a
Given
better
what he
man.
used to be like.
4 that he knows about anyway.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
that we're aware of. Unlike
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, do you know that guy's got like fucking 12 kids?
Yes.
surprised.
Yeah. About
So many. One with a Spice Girl. Scary Spice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was the weirdest relationship. I just
It's
couldn't.
like nuts.
Yeah.
Dude needs to keep it in his pants.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Or just learn what contraception is. Also, all these women, fucking
Yeah.
protect yourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes. And leave old men alone.
Oh, God, I know.
Although, a friend of mine who just had a baby in the UK,
Yeah.
hello, Beatrix.
Hey,
Sweet little
Beatrix.
girl.
What up?
Beatrix.
I love that
Ivy.
name.
Yeah, it's a beautiful name. It suits her perfectly. She sent us in a group chat overnight. She said, if you want a birth control horror story, someone in the ward with her had twins over Christmas,
Yeah.
and she had a coil, so she thought she wasn't
Oh,
Oh, wow.
shit.
unprotected.
She thought she was.
She thought she was protected and ended up having twins.
Oh, that's just what
It's
you
like,
want. Two of them.
Clearly, something wanted you to have kids
Yeah.
because you've got the two,
Yeah.
or the husband's potent, or something, or she's potent. Like,
Oh, I don't know what it
bloody
is.
hell! Can you
I do
imagine?
find that requiring to, have sex in the first place tends to lead to babies. Just not having
Well,
sex
this is
solves
why
the problem.
same-sex works so well because it takes it out of
That's
the
what
equation.
it's made for. You know,
Yeah.
you know.
Why my if contraception? Anyway, we digress. Good old
Yes.
Robbie
Yeah.
Williams. He
Yep.
did look like he'd had a lot of work done.
Oh,
but
yeah.
solid effort to get
Oh, and
up
he
there
was
and
totally
still going.
phoning it in, but I was there for it. I loved it. It
Yeah.
was so
But-
good.
So when just to get again tangent, we're here
We
live
We
at
have
the
a
Bella.
tangent back.
I know. We're here live at the Bella Vista Hotel right now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bella Vista.
We did see the sign that said
Yeah,
Robbie
Robbie-
Williams.
yeah.
Do you think that was legit?
No, it was an impersonator.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's been up
'Cause
since the end of last
I
year.
saw that, and then I saw him come
was a
out
New
for New
Year's
Year's
Eve
Eve, and I
show.
went, "What the
Yeah.
fuck is Bella Vista
no.
actually going to get Robbie Williams?"
Oh God, no.
Wow!
Yeah, they
Ew.
were wishful thinking there.
I know.
I mean, he's here promoting his movie, so you know.
Is
Yeah.
it a movie?
Yes,
Yeah, they've
darling.
made a
it's-
biopic with this
Oh.
director of
Yeah.
The Greatest Showman, where
Yeah.
he's a monkey,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
which makes sense when you know his albums where he's got songs about him being a monkey.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, he's been around a long time, and he is a very good performer.
Yeah.
I watched him a quick part of the interview on
Graham
Graham
Norton.
Norton.
Same, yep.
And
You're
how
on the
he-
same algorithm as me. Yeah.
I do.
I love Graham Norton.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know,
It's the
and
best show.
they're
The
asking-
researchers on that show and the question people.
Oh.
But they get the real, the celebrities. You get the best
it's the
glimpse
it
of them
show.
for
Oh, you
real.
do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
The
not
prep
just.
they must do to get them to do things
Yeah.
is insane.
Yep.
I love watching Henry Cavill on there.
Of course you do. Is that
Give
the one?
me
Oh,
Cavill,
and then
Cavill,
there was the
Cavill.
boxer. Who's the boxer? And he was punching the punching bag thing.
Oh, I saw
Oh,
that, and then the girls,
oh,
the girls got up.
Yeah.
One of the girls got up and did it.
Yeah.
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 Connor,
And Greg Davis was
Connor.
on it.
What's his name? The boxer. Oh no, that's the wrestler.
Yeah.
They also put an interesting blend of celebrities on there too.
Yeah, but they always find a hook to connect them.
all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoever
Love
does that show, like the people behind the scenes,
Yeah.
are
They've,
incredible.
yeah, I know they've
Yeah.
done a great job.
Yeah. But
No.
if anyone wants something to watch, Graham Norton with Will Smith performing. What did he perform? Fresh Prince of Bel Air theme song with his kid,
Oh.
and they had DJ Jazzy Jeff come out and he was DJing it, and then Will's kid, what's his kid's name? Jaden.
Jaden one
He
is
came
one
out
of
and
them. Yeah.
performed as well when he was still like a
Yep.
littleish kid, and it's the best. Like
Okay.
they just pop
Oh.
off.
I might have to get
and
on
then
the
Carlton
Google.
comes out and does the Carlton dance.
Again, I can't watch Will Smith because he
I
fucking
know,
was such a
it's so
prat.
problematic.
And look what he's done to his children. Like they have
Yep.
not been good parents.
Yeah.
Those poor kids are fucked. And they slapped someone on live TV and thought that was a smart idea.
I
Like,
know.
Psychotic. Like what is wrong with you?
Yep.
Like if there was one way to surely fuck
End
your
your
image
career. Yeah.
instantly. Like why would you
No.
ever think that's a good idea? Ever?
No idea.
Like honestly, are you that arrogant and have that much?
yes.
Yes.
Yes. The
that
bottom
much
line
power to
is
think that people would still like you
Yep.
after that? Like,
that's the bottom line.
Yep.
Yep.
Like I watched that live and I thought it was a glitch.
It-
Like I was like,
I think everyone did. Is this part of the skit? Is this
Yeah.
for real?
Yeah.
Like, because who in their right mind would be like,
Yep.
I'm
because
going to
the
go
upside of
upstage
working
and
for
smack
yourself
ya.
and from home, you can just turn on the TV
Yeah,
and work away on the couch.
that's how you work.
Yeah.
Background noise. But like, fuck me, people. Seriously,
Yep.
the things that people do just
Just makes me more determined to act with the same integrity that I've already got, because it gets tempting sometimes to lose your morals.
Oh yeah, it
Because you
does.
think, I'm going to make so much more money if I fuck people over. But then I'm like,
no.
no.
But it also, I find it enraging because to me, it's like, what gives someone else the right to act on their rage? Like, as someone who spends, have my anger, I have a lot of anger. As someone who spends a lot of my time letting that simmer and controlling it and not letting myself pop off at stuff because of how fucking angry I am all the time. Why do I have to control myself like crazy and these fuckers get to go out and just do whatever the fuck they want and let it loose?
people in. Yep.
But it's like and that's where I struggle with that, because it's like I would love to burn some shit down, but I don't, because I can't. Like it's not worth it. It's not what you do. But yet others get free rein to go and do the same thing.
Yeah, but it all comes around, doesn't it?
Double
Karma's a bitch,
standards.
and
Oh, I
it comes
know.
around. You
And
know,
the whole, they have to live with their choices.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes that can be with like, oh yeah, what was Will's last movie or
Oh,
something?
he hasn't
you
had
know?
no career. Like,
Yeah.
it's royally fucked him. And if you read any of the media, again, it's media, and they can.
Oh yeah, you can believe
five
5% of it, and that's
yeah,
it.
he's fucked. Like he's.
But
and
the
also
other end of it
Jada's
as well.
fucked too.
Yeah. The other end of Chris Rock did not say anything for a year.
Yeah.
Like he played the long game.
Yeah.
He played
Now
that
it's-
very well.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
Like,
come out looking
whether
better.
that was him or his team advising him, that was the smartest
Well,
move.
whichever,
It was
and it could have been a
classy.
combo. You hope.
Which again, you could argue that for the Blake Lively piece too. She just let it happen. I mean, not that she wanted to, but she let all that shit happen at the time of the premiere,
Yep.
and has waited till that dust settled to then now file
Yeah.
a lawsuit.
And then in theory try and bury it under Christmas, but then of course everyone online picks it up.
Jumped up on it, yeah. And so he's just countersigned a lawsuit against,
Of course he has.
the New York Post or something.
Yeah, because they did the story.
yeah, for like slander
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, it's the dumb shit that celebrities do that real people don't do.
Yeah.
We get people to just treat us like crap, and we have to take it.
Yep.
yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Fuck yeah. What a great vibe to be taking at the end of the episode. Yeah.
We navigated back to where we didn't want to be. But you know what? This year is going to be Amazeballs, and we
Yep.
have so much lined up, and I'm a bit excited, and I'm also a bit tired at the thought of how much we've got to get done. It's like,
Balance.
what?
Balance.
But- I know,
balance
But
amongst
it
all.
also
Yeah.
comes into the planning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we're going
you
to
love
do
planning?
ours
I do,
tomorrow.
I do.
And then, and that will be great because then we're fresh out of our business planning to take it into our planning day on the 17th of January. So,
Yep.
that'll be really good. And you don't have to plan for an entire year. You
oh
can
God, no.
break
It's
it
ever
down,
changing 'cause, life throws fucking curveballs
Absolutely.
at us. So
And you
we
can,
didn't quite plan that we were going to have a podcast.
No. So now it's like, well, we've got to plan around it.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Yes.
We do.
Absolutely.
And that's fine. We look at it a year, we break it
Yep.
down into quarters, and then we just reassess every quarter.
That's
Yep.
right.
Got my 90-day
rolls.
plans.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
That's how we like to roll,
Yeah.
people.
All right.
Well, welcome to 2025.
Thanks
That's
for
right.
joining us once
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
Be
It's
sure to
been
like,
buckle up.
subscribe.
Shit's
oh,
coming.
wait, that's YouTube, isn't it? Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Be sure to leave a review. And
please do.
Yeah.
You know what? Tell us what your goals are for 2025. I'd love to hear what everyone else is, where you're at. What's your words?
Yep.
What are you thinking? Where's your mind at? I'd love to hear
Yep.
where everyone's, what kind of year everyone's shaping up to
Yeah.
have. Been hearing some interesting stuff, seeing some interesting stuff in some of the communities we're in.
Yeah.
We should probably throw it out to our community as well. What's your word for 2025?
Yeah. Yes.
What's your intentions?
Yes.
Let's do some intention setting.
Yeah.
And then make sure we actually revisit it in a few months' time.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing. We'll put it into ClickUp.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
yeah. Let's do that.
But
All
yeah.
right. Well, until
you
next
too.
time. Love you guys.
Welcome to 2025.
Yeah.
Yay.
The year that we roar.
Oh my God. Yes.